Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call this meeting, a special meeting of the Dalton Select Board to order, please. Pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, Rule 30A and 20, and the Governor's March 15, 2020 order imposing strict limitation on the number of people that may gather in one place. This meeting of the Dalton Select Board will be conducted via remote participation. For this meeting, members of the public who wish to watch the open session portion of the meeting may do so by viewing on Dalton Community Cable TV, channel 1301, or via the Zoom link on our agenda. Okay, no in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted, but every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the open session portion of the proceedings in real time via technological means. In the event that we're unable to do so, despite our best efforts, we will post it on the town website. Audio or video recording transcript or any other comprehensive record of proceedings as soon as possible after the meeting. Okay, all those who are able to stand up for the pledge, please. And Joe, would you lead us in the pledge?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of
America. And we're also listening
to the republic
from MERV 13,
one nation,
indivisible,
liberty
and justice for all.
Justice for
The
all.
virus, the size of the virus is very.
All right, Brittany, could you make sure everybody's that's listening is on mute, please?
Yes, I was just working on that.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Welcome.
Okay, in your spare time, can you call a roll call?
Yes. Chair Robert Bishop.
Here.
Joseph Diver.
here.
John Boyle.
Here.
Dan Esco.
Here.
And Mark Strout would be excused, as well as interim town manager Sandra Albano.
Yes. Okay, our agenda's one item tonight, and I sent the board a note saying that we were going to have a discussion on the interviews, the results of our interviews. Before we get started, I'd like to thank the search committee, which was comprised of Amy Aldrich, Andy Pernick, Joe Diver, and Sergeant Jeff Powell.
Oh, Mr. Chairman, you got on mute. Hold on. No, not yet.
Okay.
There you go. Try again. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, before we start, I'd like to thank the search committee, which comprised of Amy Aldrich, Andy Pernick, Chair Joe Diver, Sergeant Jeff Powell, and Mike Hinckley, who had to drop out after he moved out of town, but I do believe he was here for most of it. And I would also like a special thank you to Wayne Sampson from the Public Safety Consultants, LLC, who did the evaluations. So he did a great job on that. Okay. So let's cut through the chase, and I will start off with my notes, and then probably Dan or Joe can or John can follow.
And that's what keeps him and in business. Let's stay on this meeting.
Okay,
Let's say Donald J. Trump.
All right, the first candidate we had was Jamie Bernier. He's a sergeant. He is a supervisor of 4 people. He didn't seem to have a lot of budget experience. He's going to face a big learning curve here in Dalton. And he had a limited answer on police.
Oh, Mr. Chairman, you're on mute again. Hold on for 1 second.
Okay. Where did I leave off, Joe? Now you're on mute.
Yeah, you just hit the budget experience with Detective Sergeant Berger.
Okay. He's going to face a big learning curve when he gets here. He didn't really give me a good answer on the public reform. He said it was going to take him 1 to 6 months to know the community, which is normal. And his community efforts seemed to be all on paid time. But he was open and honest. He's a team player. He worked hard. And his rating was low, well qualified.
And that would be the rating on the chief assessment,
He's
Mr.
a
Chairman.
7, yes. Okay, Captain Robert Dirksen. He would almost have to go to some kind of training to bring him up to mass laws. One of his main reasons he gave us was just to move closer to his family. He also seems to be involved in community stuff during paid time. He's honest, upfront, seems to be a hard worker. Let's see. He has hiring experience. He has budget management. He likes to talk to people, and he's a good listener. And he's got some great experience, but his answer again on the police reform was very vague. And he was also rated as low, well qualified. And Sergeant Strout, she knows the department really well, the staff. She has 23 years experience, all in Dalton, and she would need little formal training. She knows the community well. She has the best education credentials. She's very active in private life in the community.
There you go.
She has great answer on the police reforms. A community, she's very loved by the community and highly respected by the business people. We had lots of letters of support for her, especially from some of the major business leaders in town. She's very approachable. She listens well. She has empathy. She has a great plan to move the department forward. And actually, this coincides with the police reform. She also has a great, she has great relationships within the community, and she's got a great plan to get involved with the select board, department heads, and the general public. And I think she's the best fit for our community. And her rating on the chief's assessment test was high, well qualified. So my ranking of the 3 candidates is number 1, Sergeant Strout. Number 2 was Sergeant Behringer, and number 3 was Captain Dirksen. And who would like to go next, please? Dan or Joe, Dan or John?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
thank you for the summary. I don't believe I have much to add, but I'm going to just provide my rankings based on the police chief assessment results, the interviews that were conducted on Tuesday evening, the candidates' experience, their resumes, their educational background, as well as the support of the community. And based on those criteria and results, I believe Sergeant Strout is number 1, Captain Dirksen number 2, and Sergeant Berger number 3.
Thank you, Dan. Mr. Boyle, would you like to go next?
Oh, John, you're on mute. You're still on mute, John. You can unmute, John.
John Boyle's not on mute anymore.
John, are you there?
Brittany, did you unmute me?
Yeah, you're unmuted, John.
We can hear
Okay.
you, John.
I'm all set?
Yep, you go.
Okay. Is all I want to say is that I concur with the first two members that spoke, and I agree with their assessment.
Okay, anything else you want to add?
No, well, thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, Joe?
Okay. Bear with me here, Mr. Chairman. I just got a few remarks as I kind of go through this, just for many members of the community who are online here tonight. Nope, I just lost where I was going. Hold on for 1 sec. So, Mr. Chairman, I just want to echo your comments and thank the committee members, Amy Aldrich, Andy Perenek, and Sergeant Jeff Powell. Great leadership and insight from those community leaders, and certainly Sergeant Powell as well, teaching us the what's important on the police side, et cetera. And certainly the great guidance we received from Wayne Sampson of Public Safety Consultants. But also want to thank a few members of the community who were able to join the panel, including Maureen Mitchell, Patty Perro, Kelly Pizzi, Debbie White from CBRSD, Becky Whitaker, and Chief Jerry Cahalan. Of course, we would have preferred to have a broader community panel, but with COVID, we had to limit it, but their insight was quite helpful. Also want to thank just all the 24 candidates for their interest, and congratulations again to the top three. Detective Sergeant Berger from Wayland, Mass, Captain Dirksen from Cortland County, New York, and Sergeant Strout from Dalton. Mr. Chairman, board members, all candidates presented well. Certainly learned about each candidate's skills, characteristics, qualities, and leadership style. Reviewed all the information from each candidate, including cover letters, resumes, essay writing samples, the chief assessment results, and select board interviews. And with a focus on what's important for Dalton, I had three key focus areas as I reviewed the material: community policing leadership, administrative leadership, understanding police reform in Massachusetts and possible impact for Dalton, and how best to bring the department forward after a challenge in 2020. And just take 2 seconds here to shout out for Chief Riello. A big thanks for him for the great leadership establishing a new foundation, including a revised mission and vision for the police department, improve the command structure, add in additional sergeants, improve communication with the Behind the Badge program, which in my opinion went viral in Dalton with 800+ views, and also gave the team the room to grow by bringing new ideas to the department, such as social media, Facebook, for improved communications with the community. So again, thank you to Chief Riello. With that focus, Mr. Chairman, one candidate stood out with 22 years experience, double master degree, criminal justice and public administration, chief assessment rating and score of high, well qualified. This officer is the top ranked candidate in the assessment. The interview answers were detailed with a strong vision for the future. Community policing is at the core of this candidate's policing DNA. Excellent ideas of communication with town management and significant letters of support for the community. So my top candidate is Sergeant Deanna Strout. I do, for a second, I do agree with Dan for Captain Dirksen, and then third would be Detective Sergeant Jamie Berger.
All right, thank you. Okay, we've all set our likings. I will make a motion to offer the police chief's job to the Sergeant Strout.
Second.
Okay, a motion's been made and seconded. Is there any further discussion? All right, roll call vote. Mr. Boyle,
Yes.
Mr. Esco,
Yes.
Mr. Diver,
Yes.
and Mr. Bishop, yes. Congratulations, Sergeant Strout. We look forward to with you. And one last detail for the select board. I would like Dan and Joe to start negotiations with her for her contract, if that's okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Is,
And
is Sergeant Strout online tonight? I'm trying to see if she's out there. Right. Becky, I don't see her out there.
Well, we are all here, guys.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
congratulations.
We're undercover in here.
Congratulations, you earned it.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
And thank you to Jamie and also
Yes.
Rob Durskin for their great candidacy in this process. And congratulations, Deanna.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay. We'll be getting in touch, Deanna.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, gentlemen, is there anything else we need to discuss tonight? I have nothing else on the agenda, so I'll entertain a motion to dismiss.
Motion to adjourn, Mr. Chairman.
All right,
Second,
okay. Roll call vote. Mr. Boyle,
yes.
Mr. Divers,
Yes.
Mr. Esco,
Oh, I think he already left.
okay.
Maybe.
Mr. Bishop, yes. Good night, Dalton, and thank you.